into the agenda and get started. There's a couple things I definitely want to make sure we get to talk about. So yeah, we can start with intentions and distractions, how you're feeling, what you're grateful for, intentions for the call, and if you have any distractions at the moment. I am feeling a little bit tired. Like I said, yesterday was kind of a long day, but today seems to be, I don't have as long of a list of to-dos, so it'll be all right. I am grateful for having great friends around and being able to like participate in some of these holiday things with the family here that I probably wouldn't if I didn't have them. And my intentions for the call, I want to talk about kind of dive a little bit deeper more into the sub-DAOification and the products that are within our working group. And my distractions are mostly just dogs in the background and trying to figure out kind of like my priorities for today because it's still pretty early here. I just woke up. And I will pass it to Nicola.
Good morning, Ashley. So nice to have you when you wake up. You're still close your bed. Anyways, yeah, nice to be here with you guys. And good morning from Costa Rica. I'm feeling good, rested. Yeah, I'm not gonna give you too many details, even if I wanted to. But I am grateful for the cycles. I'm grateful for the cycles in life. And my intentions for the call, I just want to sync up with you, maybe give a very quick update on this translation AI, and yeah, see if there's anything we need to sync up around Meet the Makers, and maybe also ask the team what do we think about some informal online gathering scheduling soon, more like a fun time together. And that's it. I don't have any distractions. I'm fully present with you, and I'm gonna pass it to Claire.
Thanks, Nicola. Hi, everyone. I'm feeling good today. I am feeling grateful for many things today, but want to say that I'm happy and grateful to be here with you guys. My intention for the call today is to think about the sub-DAOing, and if we get a chance, a quick word about project survey results. I've done a sort of summary report with some detail in, and there is a little section in there with feedback in relation to community. I am not distracted. I'm here in the house on my own, which never happens. So I am really not distracted today. I would like to pass on to Corey. Hi, Corey.
Hey, I'm feeling pretty good. Just happy to be here with you all. Grateful to see you. And my intentions for the call are, yeah, just listening in, making sure I'm up to speed on everything. Curious about the ambassador program. I was able to join the call, but just wondering sort of where we go from here. And I don't have any well, I just have a little bit of background work, I guess. So a little bit distracted. I will pass it to Franco.
Thank you, Corey. Hello, everybody. I am feeling good today. I'm feeling good. Yeah. I'm grateful, like Ashley said, like for friends. Like I'm grateful that I made friends here at the Giveth house and that we can do cool stuff. We went kayaking this weekend, so it was really nice. Intentions for the call, streaming and catching up, syncing up, hear more about the sub-DAOification, definitely. And maybe if there's time to start the conversation about Ethereum Barcelona and Impact Quest. I don't know if this is the place for that, but just wanted to bring that up. And no distractions at the moment. I'll pass it to Kotabe.
Jam. Um, I am feeling good. I am thinking about what I'm feeling grateful. I don't know, just in general. I guess cycles too. I echo that, Nicola. And it's good. And that every time that things are not great, sometimes usually they will come back to a good state. Um, my intentions for the call is just syncing up. I do want to talk a little bit also about the Giveth mini Giveth project to get some more feedback. I'll add it into the um, agenda, and I have no distractions at the moment. I'll pass it um, to Almond.
Thank you, Kotabe. My sorry, how am I feeling? I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. I'm grateful for, I'm grateful for being able to know really interesting and magic people. And my intentions for the call is to maybe organize the follow-up sessions for the ambassador program. I have some questions for you. And any distractions? Yes. I'm having the calls in my phone because my computer does not work. So the screen is really, really little. And I don't see the people here. Ash, sorry, cell phone problem. So I think that I'm the last one actually.
Yeah, you are. Perfect. Man, I feel for you. I've tried to use Discord on my phone for calls like once, and it's not the best experience. So hopefully your computer gets fixed soon. I think first up, this week I won't be able to attend the community call on Thursday. So I wanted to check in and see if anybody in this call is interested in doing the slide updates. I can make sure the slide's prepared and everything, or you can do the updates to the slide if you want as well. Like, doesn't have to be me, but I won't be there. So I was gonna see if somebody would be willing to give updates in my place this week. And if you don't have to answer now, but keep it in your mind, and if you do feel like you want to, let me know. If not, maybe if nobody in this call wants to, that's also okay, and I could probably get Griff to just like cover me on the updates and make sure he knows about it.
I can take it, but if someone also wants to take it, feel free. But I'm happy to take it.
Okay. I'll put you down for now. If something else comes up, we can always change it. But it's nice to. It's just nice. I always forget when to ask in this call, so I'm glad that I put it on there. So let's jump into the events coming up. Tomorrow we've got our Twitter space with Bankless Brazil and the importance of Latin America and the crypto economy. I think this one's going to be really awesome, and also we can use this as an opportunity to talk about, like, advertise that the DApp is now in Spanish. This will be on the Giveth Twitter, and maybe even advertise, like, we should also think about mentioning Meet the Makers in there as well, and do like a little shill for Meet the Makers, as we'll be speaking to the right audience, I think. But as far as I know, all this is ready to go, right, Alman?
Yes, everything is ready.
And as far as Meet the Makers is concerned, Nicola, do we have any other like gaps that need to be filled? I know you were talking about the translation thing, so maybe we can talk about that now.
I just want to say, wow, thanks for this brilliant idea. Actually, yeah, like shilling the project in other Spanish-speaking podcast. It's very smart. I think so. Since so, I am preparing the guest. That's all good. With Humberto, everything is good. I even now in the second wave, I'm gonna ask them to shill and promote the event again. one thing I wanted to just like quickly update. I was playing a little bit with the translation AI and I was testing it, and yeah, so first of all, it is a paid service and you basically pay for hour, and I'm not sure if this is something useful for us because when I was testing it with my English, it didn't get all my words correctly, so it just is not very it's not translating in a very smart way. So even though it is translating in a live, like as I speak, the bot is actually like catching the words, because maybe I don't pronounce all the words like exactly as they should sound in English. It just doesn't get it, and then it creates this nonsense. So I'm just saying that if the service is not actually perfect, or if it's so imperfect, or is not smart, that can actually create logical sentences, then we shouldn't even consider paying for it. And maybe we should just like use the translation for the afterwards once it's already recorded, and we can use the subtitles in the YouTube, which is actually the cheap for free way. And since it's going to be happening in Spanish and it is a Spanish edition, maybe it's totally fine if it's just open for the live stream event just to the Spanish speaking people. And if you want to watch it and like have it with translation, we can promote it that way. And I don't think it makes sense to pay for imperfect AI bot. But I may actually want to like do a little more research. Maybe there are some improved versions of it if when it's baked. But yeah, that's like my update on this one. And
How much it is?
well, there depends on amount of hours, and it was from 1,000 to like $11,000 per year. So it's like a
Oh.
yearly service. Yeah, I was like, wow, this seems very expensive. And it's limited by hours. And I still don't quite understand if it's like, because there is like a users amount and hours amount. So I don't even understand if it's like easy to integrate with the normal regular platforms. How easy it is to integrate it with YouTube or some like other live stream, because it seems like for this AI to work, you're gonna have to just like have it open and talk into it, and then it's translating into the window. So yeah, didn't quite get that one clearly.
Hmm. Okay. Well, yeah, maybe there's another service that we can use. It would be really cool to have live translations. I think we would have a lot higher outcome on our audience. A lot of our attendance would be a lot higher. But yeah, I don't think we should pay for something like especially that crazy if it's not working very well. But I also know that the YouTube translation, this also is kind of nonsense sometimes, and it's not very perfect either. So I don't know if it's just like translation services in general or just the technology behind it isn't quite up to par. But yeah, I've watched the YouTube one sometimes and I'm like, what? That is not what they were saying. Um, I
I
know
agree. Yeah.
there was another one, I put the link here in the chat, but this one seems like a lot more like professional. It says it's highly accurate and it's definitely a paid service. But it might be worth sending a message to them and saying, "Hey, we're a nonprofit. Do you have any discounts available?" Or, I mean, we've gotten other subscriptions to things for being a nonprofit before, and so maybe it's worth a try looking into it. This one definitely seemed like a lot more like professional, used for corporate kind of things, but maybe we could, and maybe there's another one out there that's kind of in between. But
Mm-hmm.
it would
I'm
be a
looking.
nice if we can find one. But if not, I don't think that we shouldn't do the event just because we can't translate it.
Yeah, no, and I think it's fine if we target. I mean, Spanish community around the world is still pretty huge, so we just like need to aim in a different corners, right? And I'm seeing that definitely it might be useful to, especially actually from translating from English to Spanish, for example. Now, if we have a growing Spanish community and we produce so many events in English, so might be worth it to find the right tool. And I will have a look at this one too. and maybe
Okay.
send them an email. Yeah. Thanks.
Yeah, no problem. All right. But other than this, the translation thing, everything's coming together. Do you need support like with anything else? You said the guests are lined up and that's looking good. Umberto is ready to host. And
Yeah, everything is perfect. All the guests are actually speaking nice fluent English, so it's easy to talk to them. The one thing that I want to update you because yeah, Kotaba, you'll be the host, so I'm going to create a little script, flow script, and so just you can get familiar with the flow of the event, and maybe if I should get maybe a role for Umberto to be able for him to get into our meeting maker planning channel. I don't think he has access to there. So maybe you get him over there and just like yeah, start organizing ourselves around the hosting, co-hosting. It will be easy. I mean, it will be easy. Just we will need to have a lot of space to give to the projects and just to keep an eye on the flow. But we will start coordinating this. Yeah, I'm planning to have something ready for you this week. So also for the guests, so they can just like everyone can be as prepared as possible. And Almond, we will generate the StreamYard link before the session or how?
Yeah, thank you for reminding me. But no, I can create the link, no worries. I can use my old computer to do that. Yep. Yeah, I can share you with the link as soon as we finish with this call, and yeah, no worries. So you can start sharing the link with everyone.
Okay, cool. And it doesn't have any like expiration date?
No, it does not. I just need to configure it for being live stream, and it would be fine. So yeah.
Okay, cool. And maybe I will plan again to get together with everyone like maybe 15 minutes before the call, and we all of us can do it at least again half an hour. So we just like do the same flow as the last time.
Sure, of course. I don't know why, but I think last time some of them got confused and they joined like 30 minutes before or something, and it was like,
Yeah.
so yeah, maybe just have everyone like 15 or 10, and sure, we can be earlier.
Yeah, okay, cool. I aim for that. Okay, that's it. Thanks.
perfect. And I made sure Umberto has the role now, so he should be able to access the channel. You can tag him there or talk to him there. So
Cool.
that is
And also, like Nicola, if you feel like there's, I don't know, something that you just really want to clear out, or some directions for the Meet the Makers for me and Umberto, we can also make a quick sync or something like that. Or even like you and I can have a sync, and I can send him a voice message. He and I talk frequently, so I don't know. In case like you want to sync up before the session to have like some clear directions.
Yeah, that's why I want to create the script, and it will be pretty much like clear. Maybe just I'll send it to you, and then you just have to transcribe it into Spanish and make yourself comfortable with it. So we can have a sync. We can have a sync up. Yeah, totally. So yeah.
I leave it to you. However you believe it's best. I'll follow and just send me a DM.
Okay, excited guys. Next Wednesday. Woohoo.
I'm excited too. It's gonna be sweet. Okay. Panvola Twitter space. I think everything's still good on this. It's who is coming from Panvola? Who it's gonna be Paul and Rachel or
Paul and Niran, and I have between my to-do list to actually confirm with them, because I know that Niran just had a baby and that Rachel was sick, so I'm going to post right away in our thread that if we are just with the same plan for the 2020. Sorry, I my calendar. Oh my god, so annoying.
26? No worries.
26. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, that was the one thing I was like, man, I hope that I hope that we can keep the date and not have to cancel it like on the day. So if there's a problem or we need to reschedule or something, like let's try to do it days before the day of the event. All right. Aprendamos launch. We can talk about that down below. Let's touch on
But
the ambassador. Oh, what?
yeah, I have kind of like a surprise event that happened everything too quick last week. But have since we're talking about events, tomorrow I've been following up with people and projects that I met at Flea and trying to find the best time to support them. And I made a doodle. And tomorrow at 9 a.m., so 1 hour before the AMA, I will be supporting some projects to get onboarded to Giveth in English. So it will be in Google Meet, and then I'll try to bring them into like part of the onboarding session will be like in Discord, like onboard them to Discord. And so maybe hopefully I'll get them to join later on to the AMA or something like that. Don't know how big the audience will be. Hopefully at least 3 people that later on could bring more projects. Because all of like there are nonprofits, but there are nonprofits that support other nonprofits. And so, yeah, just wanted to share that with you. And if you have any comments, suggestions, advices, anything, complaints.
Well, I feel like it's pretty short notice to share like on comms or like on our through our audience or our channels or to invite people. So I assume, I mean, I guess if I hear from project owners who would like some extra support in creating projects between now and then, I can definitely direct them if you put a link or put some information in either in the agenda or the Communitas headquarters channel, either place. But at this point, it's going to be really hard to, I mean, we're 24 hours away.
Yeah,
I think personally, I don't think I'll be able to join. I have a call during that time. But yeah, if you could give us the information, at least then we could direct people there
sure.
if they have questions.
I'll add it here.
Okay. Yeah.
Sorry, can I just make a quick announcement? There's going to be a Twitter space, like this is organized by Praise, but I just wanted to like also bring it up maybe. I'm going to be with Christopher and Justina this Thursday on the Praise Twitter, like they have a Twitter account. And yeah, I don't know, like just to let everyone know here, if you want to come, we're going to be talking about the case of Giveth, like with Praise. Like, yeah, that's it.
What time is it, Franco?
Oh, yeah,
Your
sorry.
time?
It's this Thursday, 1 hour before the community call. So it's Thursday at my
8 a.m.
my
Central
4
Time.
p.m. I don't know what's the time for you. So it's 1 hour before the community call.
Mm.
Okay. That's interesting. Yeah, we could, I mean, we should definitely bring it up in the comms call and like put it out on our tweets for people who wanted to know more about praise. We can even maybe make like a little announcement in the
Yeah.
channel.
Yeah, we can
It's
also
on
like just
the
retweet their tweets and that's
Twitter
it.
account.
Sorry?
Whose Twitter is it on?
On Praise Twitter, I'm gonna send you the link here on the chats.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good thing to know about. We won't, again, we don't have much time to really amplify it, but it's cool. Do you know, will it be recorded?
I think that the Twitter space kind of like they record themselves, right? And you can listen to them later. I think that's how it works.
I think it has, when you set it up, maybe Alman can confirm, but there, I remember one time we didn't get one recorded because you have to set it up a certain way, right, Alman?
Right. I'm pretty sure. Well, we need to ask the people that's organizing the Praise Twitter space. I saw I saw it's happening, and I saw it's also their first one, and super nice that they're having Giveth. You're going to participate there, Franco? You're going to be the guest?
Yeah, I'll be the guest there. Yeah.
Yeah.
And anyone else who wants to join can come, huh? Like everyone's invited.
And Danny also
Yay.
confirmed, didn't she?
Yeah, Danny's also coming. I think she's gonna be a guest too. Yeah.
And I'm coming to support.
Yay! Thank
Oh,
you.
that's cool. I think that they for sure will be recording it. I'm pretty sure because the one time that we didn't record it, it was because I forgot to push the button, but I'm pretty sure that they will not forget.
Okay, I wasn't sure if it was like something that needed to be preset or something. I wonder, would it be something worth adding to like our Give Talks podcast? I know it didn't happen on our Twitter space, or on our Twitter, but we could add it as an episode, right?
In one of our Give Talks episodes?
Yeah.
Oh, that would be cool. It's a good idea for sure. Let's do it, of course. Cool. I'm going to download the Twitter space so we can then upload it as a podcast.
Perfect. That would be cool. I think it will be useful too to have information for the ambassadors as well. If they want to know more or something, we can direct them to that. Okay. Well, speaking of ambassadors, let's talk about the ambassador program, kind of like maybe a recap of how the session went and what the next steps are. Did you want to speak to it, Almond?
Yeah, of course. So yesterday we have our kickoff call with a very cool and curated first cohort. As Kari mentioned, most of everyone that's here, we were part of the first call that was in Spanglish, because all of them, well, I think that there was one that didn't speak Spanish, but all of them mostly speak Spanish. So we did the first session in 2 languages. I think that the majority of the ambassadors are already familiar with Giveth. So I think that we're going to have a really nice first outcome of this season 1, just to maybe highlight that we told them that we are going to build this program together. As we're experimenting with this new program, and we are building together. We're going to build together the next steps. And I think that they also got that this is nothing is set in stone. We're pivoting, we're experimenting we're learning together. And yeah, I don't know if someone wants to add something.
I just really had so much fun, like listening to this whole flow. I think it was nice and clear, and the way it was really cool to have it in English and Spanish. And I just like Almond, that you were just speaking about the homework, and this is your homework, and this is what you're gonna do. And I think it's really, this is the fun part, is like giving them the homework and like telling them, okay, this is what you do for the next session, and come prepared and get your questions ready. And I love this part. It's just, yeah, I praise you for that.
Thank you. Actually, it was something that Kotabe was asked as feedback, that we could set homework for every session, and I think that's a good idea. So praise Kotabe for the idea. And I see that Ashley is in the sessions. Yeah, so I was talking to Franco because I think that the topic that got most of the questions yesterday, and I think that I understand why it was this, but it was praise. So a lot of people was asking about praise. How does praise work? So I think that we for sure should integrate a session about praise in here. But I was thinking to have this session in 2 weeks, but Franco is going to be on vacations. So what do you think that would be best? To maybe move the praise session for next week and then move what's given for the 24? Or maybe we can have something in the next 2 weeks, and then we can have the play session on the 2nd of May.
I think that praise is not going to take a whole hour. So maybe we can do praise plus kind of like super basic intro to what is Giveth. And if we need another session for like what is Giveth, then we can have another one. That's just my thoughts.
Yeah, I agree. Like I was gonna say the same thing. Like I don't think I need like a whole session to like explain praise to them and like ask like answer the questions. So maybe it could be like fusion in like the next one with what is Giveth, because in the channel, the ambassador channel, they were like having a lot of questions with the praise. And I don't know, like I think it's important to explain to them how like the system works and the rewards are distributed and all of this, like, but I don't think it's gonna take like a whole session. So maybe we can do it like just like a small segment of next week's session.
Yeah, I think that could work too. And if I facilitate the like what is Giveth part, and we make projects and make donations, and then it would be perfect to kind of like follow up after they get done making the projects and donations to like, okay, now I've seen that you guys are completing this and I want to praise you for doing this. And so then we can talk about how to use praise for completing these tasks that you did and how you can praise each other for doing it as well. I think we could do it all in one. They're an hour, right? They're planned scheduled to be 1 hour?
Yeah.
Yeah.
1 hour. So I like that idea. Let's have pace next session, and what is Giveth, let's say the first part, maybe we finish, maybe we need a little bit more time, but I think that's a great idea. Perfect. Okay, cool. Thanks.
Also on the topic, I don't know. I think it's always useful when people can also always like come from trying it out first by themselves. So maybe some people will succeed if we just tell them like, okay, just activate the bot and like basic instructions. Then on the session, for those that haven't succeeded, or if anyone did, like that will also be good feedback for us. And then we can do kind of like make sure that everyone does it live at the moment. I don't know if that will be something that you would like to do, Franco, for so to make sure that they already kind of like set to go.
I'm pretty sure they already activated their account, and it's just like a matter of like answering some questions that they might have about like how the rewards are distributed. So like yeah, maybe just like a small Q&A, and then like because we're gonna have the give economy, you know, like as a session as well, and like the rewards are distributed through the give stream. So maybe like we can explain like the give stream like a little bit more like ahead, you know, like because the give stream, I guess it's a little bit more complicated. But yeah, just like a little like Q&A like about praise, and so they can understand a little bit better.
And maybe that can be also part of just like walking through the platform and what is Give It, right? Like when you learn how to make a donation, and then you kind of learn how to actually claim your give backs and what are the different sections in the platform, and just like getting on the same page. That's nice.
Yeah, I think we can work something out and have it like be aligned, and we can all kind of like practice together praising each other in the end of the call, which I think will be fun.
Yeah, and don't forget to mention that this is a benefit on top of the rewards that they will actually get. Like this is on top of it. This is an extra bonus. And yeah, we should definitely explain a little more about like duplicates, and so that they may think that, oh, we're gonna praise each other for tons and tons and tons of things, and you know, just like align the information. Yeah, just looking into possible scenarios.
Yeah, explain the culture a little bit and about like how to give good praise that is easily quantifiable instead of just saying good job for this thing, you know. It's like, okay, let us know like what was the value that was created, and that way it can be quantified accordingly. I think that's a good idea. How do you feel about it, Almond? Does it feel good? And this is this will be the 17th, right?
This would be the 17th exactly. And yeah, I like all your suggestions. I think that we can tie both topics for them to connect and flow together. And I think it's actually better for them to understand more deeply. So I'm just entering to Notion so I can change the flow
All right,
whenever
that
my
sounds
computer
good. And
wants.
I'll try to come up with like I don't know if we can think on it later, but I'll try to come up with either like a script or like at least a basic bullet points of things and what we can cover in that session. And it's the best way to go through it because we'll probably do it on staging, right?
Yeah, exactly. I was going to mention that maybe our sync this week we can work together in some bullets
Yeah,
for
that sounds
us
good.
to cover. Perfect.
Cool. And Corey, I just want to give you a option or a chance here. I know in your check-in you said you wanted to kind of like see what the next steps are for the ambassador program. Is there any like gaps or questions or things that aren't clear for you as far as how it's working and what the future looks like?
No, thanks for checking in. I think it's pretty clear. I'm glad we
Okay.
just talked about it.
All right. Well, that feels good, and I'm excited to walk them through it. I might not be able to do all the Spanish, so maybe I'll need some help there, but it's fun. I'll try. I'll try some.
Oh, actually, you know what? I have one question. Because I have flagged this for, the homepage section where we have the What's Up on Giveth, like announcements where we kind of like say new programs and stuff like this. I mean, I kind of understood that we don't want to we're not really looking to publicly promote the program too much right now because it's this like small beginner cohort. But is this something we would want to promote up there even as a topic, or is it just on the comm side right now we kind of keep things low key for the I mean, this is for next month, so that's why I just want to ask.
Yeah, I think for this season, which will be, it's 3 months, right, Almond?
Right.
Yeah, exactly. 3
I think
months ending at the end of July.
I think for this first season, we should try to not publicly put it on Twitter or anything like that. I think that we're not ready for the wave that would bring, and that this group is going to help us build some strong foundation so that we can be ready to have more people. And then, since we will be in East Barcelona in July, maybe we can start doing it a little more like word of mouth, more publicly there. But like posting anything on Twitter just feels very daunting. I'm not sure what that will bring, and I don't think that we're ready for that.
So definitely not Twitter, but I was just wondering if this is something we would put on our website. Like, we have a landing page for it, right? So is it something we would put up as an update on our homepage for people who come across that section? And I don't know, maybe, I don't know if we're like interested in generating a list for the next cohorts or like get applications. It would just probably serve that purpose, but not actively promote it. Like, I don't mean to, not on the channels and stuff, but yeah, if we're saying no, that's fine. I'll just take it off the table. I just wanted to ask that one question.
So meaning in the section that we have now highlighting topics. Well, I don't know. I think that maybe that could work in the highlights of like we kick off our first. What do you see will be the maybe the objective, Corey? Just like to show our content, our communitas work. Like, how do you envision?
I think I think maybe it's just a heads up of, I mean, if we were putting this up in May, that's like about a month in. And maybe it's just to kind of mention that we're kicking off an ambassador program with a first cohort. And if you're interested to get involved with the next cohort, like it links to our landing page or something like this. But that's just if we were interested to sort of, what I'm wondering is like, what's the pipeline? If this goes really well over the next 3 months, like how is the idea just to promote the next one a few weeks in advance and start getting more people interested? Or like, would you want to run another one right away? So maybe it's an opportunity to like get more applications in, and the wording makes it clear that it wouldn't be until August or something,
Yeah.
I think it's really good idea. Actually, maybe we could let ChatGPT write some simple blog post about, hey, we're doing this pilot, and something very simple, and actually like open up the type form for people to sign up for the next season. I think it's actually very smart, and that can be sitting for the time being, maybe for 1 month there in the WhatsApp section in this part of the website, and once it's ready, it can be published more to the general public. Just an idea. I think it's a good.
Yeah, just like to keep the heads up and to have as you mentioned, Corey, maybe more people interested for the second cohort. So I don't see why not. Maybe I can create a type form for people to sign in, let's say, in waiting list that we can link there. Would that be possible? Because we really don't have like a landing page for this, but maybe we could link to the let's say waiting list for cohort 2.
Yeah, that's cool. And, just let me know if it feels too rushed to announce that already in a few weeks in May. We could have it set up to go out in June, but just maybe keep in mind, like you want to get a pipeline going for the next one, right? Like a waiting list. That might be interesting because maybe you assume that it's a wave, but what if it's not, or like we could maybe like have it up there and then just see, and then of course we can then actively promote it later, but like on Twitter and other channels and stuff like that. But it might be anyways, I think we can do it for May, or we could set it up for June a little bit later. Just wanted to say that.
Yeah, let's keep it in mind. And I think that the important part is to not give them a solid date or a time of when to expect it. I think like it would be nice if this all goes really smoothly and we have the infrastructure already that we need. But I have a feeling that we'll want to, maybe we want to flesh out the dashboard or something a little bit more, or maybe there's some things we need to adjust and evolve. So I don't want to like promise something that we won't be able to deliver on, but to like at least just get the idea in people's heads and have it out there that this is something that's coming, and to start to get people excited about it might be a good idea. There's one thing on the agenda I definitely want to be able to touch on before, and we're getting kind of close to the end of our time. So our sub-deification process, we'll have the call tomorrow, and I've been asked to create last week we went through and made a list of our different products or projects that are kind of here within Communitas, or at least members of our working group are leading, and to try to come up with some of these key points about each one of them and bring them to the call so that we can start to look at what the possibilities are. Maybe these aren't things that, like maybe this Give Talks thing is actually a comms thing. I'm not really sure, but at least we can start to get some information down and work towards, I've basically kind of told Mitch and Frischel and the HR team that we can use Communitas as kind of an experiment and see how it works best for us to dissect our working group into different things, and maybe other working groups can follow, since it seems like one of the least complex working groups to dissect. It might be a good pilot. So if we could maybe go through this and kind of come up with this information, I would love to be able to take that to them. So I don't know. That's where I'm at with this process. We've got Nicola as the lead. I will put on Meet the Makers. And if we were to make like a proposal for Meet the Makers as a product, who would you say are the rest of the team members that are included and would be like billing hours for working on Meet the Makers?
For sure, Almond. And I don't know, Franco, how do you ever spend much time like, or is more like a random?
Not really. Usually, if like it's needed, like with the questions and stuff on the day of the call, but that's it. Like the day of the event, but like the
Right.
questions, just monitoring like different, like YouTube channels or whatever. But I
Mm-hmm.
know that
So
Almond
you,
also does that, so I'm just supporting there.
so you like a support, and you actually are more like a advisory support as well. So I see both like being the support team on a regular basis.
Hmm.
And then we have how do we include the guests? Like for example, now we have Kotabe and Umberto, or just Kotabe is also a contributor, right? So now we'll have a Kotabe actually hosting one session. So we need to consider this, right? Or how?
I think you can have kind of like the Nicola as the lead, and then maybe Almond, especially Almond, and maybe Ashley as contributing some hours as support, and then maybe have some open space where sometimes Franco can help, um, like 2 or 3 hours of other communities members that sometimes contribute, but it's not always the same month to month, something like that.
One of hosts. Yeah, that sounds right. What you mentioned there.
And Almond, as far as design goes, do we have designers that spend a lot of time making the designs, or now that we've already have them made, we don't really have any designers that work a lot on it?
Uh, to be honest, we don't have any designers. I just created the designs in Figma with
Okay.
what is there.
And I would
And
just like
most of the comm stuff is created by you as well. It's just mostly like maybe Lauren reviews it or something like that, or the comms team reviews it and then gets it up on the channel, right? But most of the content and the like, I assume billable hours spent on creating the comms content comes from you as well.
Yeah, actually, Corey created a tweet yesterday, which I'm going to use to create maybe 2 more. Normally, we have 3 tweets before the event that start going out, like Friday, let's say, to Wednesday. So yes, I think that is basically the comms team, well, in this time, and then the afterwards, just like repost the event and just like make sure to promote it afterwards too.
Could I just make a suggestion for this, for the sake of the time, because I'm seeing that we have only like 5 minutes till the end of the session, and I, for example, would like to now actually seeing these points. I would like to give it some thought and look back and actually count my hours, and maybe do it. That's what others want to do as well. So I want to just suggest, because I also know I'm aware that Claire wanted to present some feedback for the community. I know she's like a second time trying to bring it to the call. So I'm just like wanting to make it a little gentle, like a suggestion. Maybe can we try to do this async during today so that we have some numbers for the call tomorrow? Because I guess that's why you wanted, right, Ashley?
Yeah,
And
it is for the call tomorrow. However, also I will have a sync later today with Mitch and Freshelle at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. That's Costa Rica time. So if we could have at least something that I can bring to that call as well, and we can kind of like formulate what we'll do with it in the call tomorrow, and then we can all join that call tomorrow. But if we could get some of this stuff filled in before that, that would be cool. And I can try my best to, I mean, the high level goals and stuff like that are definitely pretty self-explanatory when it comes to our community events. Obviously, it's like growing our community, engaging people, and also like with Meet the Makers, connecting donors and projects. So some of this stuff is pretty self-explanatory. I don't think we need to get too granular. It's just to kind of at least have something to start with. So if
And
you
maybe
guys could fill it in, that'd be super awesome.
maybe we can get together a little bit later today and before your call and work on this together if this feels also good. That's also possible. I'm pretty flexible with my time today, so up
Okay.
to us.
I think I have a lot of calls, but I'll post in the Communitas channel, and maybe I can just at least jump in the Unicorn channel and just be in there in case you guys want to talk or something like that. I don't mind. But yeah, let's let Claire give us some updates on project surveys.
Hey.
Hey.
So I've put a link in the agenda there to the report. It's a little report. It covers all the different areas within Giveth, but specifically there is a section for community. I've taken stock of the project survey feedback. It was a detailed, longer length questionnaire, but it was my intention to collect as much feedback as we could, as this was the first time projects had really been surveyed in this way. We got quite a lot of detailed feedback, which was great. The reports created from the results. The first bit contains some demographic information, satisfaction rating for key aspects of Giveth, and a results overview, a little bit of a review of feedback on the verification process. And then finally, I've organised the details of the comments, feedback, and recommendation into the key working groups. I think communities is on page 4. There was quite a lot of feedback, a lot to kind of fit in. It's a bit wordy for community, but specifically for community, some of the ideas and requests are already being implemented, but project owners mainly signaled that they are generally satisfied within the community and that they feel connected and they know where to find resources. However, some of the feedback and comments in the sort of wordier sections of the survey suggest that perhaps we need to communicate a little bit more about our educational resources, because the areas where people were saying they wanted more resources for more education, we actually have created some stuff. For example, the Project 101 course, the Verified Project Workshop, the Pimp Your Project Workshop. So I think we need to communicate a bit more about these, and there is a need for creation of some further resources. Specific areas that came up that projects would like more of are more live events, opportunity to present their projects, some more layperson's guides, connections with targeted supporters, off-ramping, some more education on that, and they'd like more workshop, more education feedback to help projects tell their story better. I think projects are quite keen to get involved more in the fundraising side of things. They just feel that they need some extra tools to be able to do that. There's a ton of comments, sample of comments on that page there for people to go in and read if they want more detail. But that was a general overview. It seemed like we've got some education resources that they could use. We just need to communicate a bit more about it. And that's it in a nutshell, I think. Back to you.
Well, I think this is really valuable information, and I would love to even somehow present this to the greater community of contributors, and like maybe this Thursday during the community call, we could present some of this stuff, some of these findings, if you feel comfortable or ready to have some of that information be
Yeah, I'm
presented.
happy to do that. I think probably if we put a link in the community call slides to the report, and then I'll try and just pull out some key information for the particular areas. There's a little bit in there for devs, there's a little bit in there for comms, a sort of category that covers give economy, give fi, and maybe a little bit about the sort of DAOification of projects.
Yeah, I
So
think this is really valuable information to share, and I think it's valuable for everybody to hear it and not just our working group. And so maybe like you remember how you did the community stats slide? Like maybe we could do a slide like that with some of this, and it's like, okay, the key things from dev for the dev team, the key pieces of feedback from these different groups. I think that would be really useful. I can help you
yeah,
to put
okay.
something together. I won't be at the community call, but I can help you prepare everything beforehand.
Okay, that's great. Thanks.
Yeah.
How many
Well,
respondents did we? I'm just looking at the report, but I don't see how many respondents were total.
So we had nearly 10% of respondents, which was 59, I think, off the top of my head.
Nice, cool, thanks.
And the good thing about it was that a lot of the respondents weren't part of the projects of the Giveth community, so that was quite valuable.
all right. Well, I do notice we're just past the top of the hour and I want to respect everybody's time. But thanks for bringing this, Claire. Like I said, I think this is really important. We need these feedback loops to know that we're actually building a product that's useful for the users using it. So figuring
Yeah.
out how we can incorporate this information, I think, should be a priority. Yeah. And I'm sorry, I feel like I should have done better with time management during this call. I would have loved to touch more on the subdalification stuff, but if you guys could fill in some of those things, I will do my best to make some sense out of it, and then we can move forward with the subdalification call tomorrow. But I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you in the comms call.
Thanks.